Whoa. Oh, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. Call halal Yahawah Bashem YAHAWASHI and the water Yahawah Bashem Shah YAHAWASHI for waking us up this morning. And of course giving us strength to endure this wicked, evil world. I guess I wanted to give a testimony slash quick lesson through the spirit before I hit this camp. Just about some chastisement that the Lord puts upon his specifically the men, of the 144, and as well as the other brothers out there that are laboring in this truth, man, that fear and love the Lord. So I've kind of went through bits and pieces of this in some of my previous videos concerning my parents and myself and how we've been going at it through the spirit. Of course, I mentioned some of my spiritual gifts, of course, faith and my spiritual discernment. How I'm able to discern, certain spirits on people at certain times and situations. And what is this? 2019, the end. This is October 2019. This incident happened almost a year. It happened last November, the day after quote unquote Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm not gonna drag this story out at all. Just give you the quick points, man. I have a child. She doesn't live with me. She's in Tennessee. I've been going at it with her mother and my parents concerning them just overdoing it and basically leaving me out of my child's life. I was in the military. I got out the military and I was dealing with the issues that come with war, you know what I'm saying? And during that time, my parents were standing in the gap, if you will, for me financially, and then they kind of took that and ran with it. Long story short, you kind of see where I'm going with that. They kind of maybe thought I was out my mind to the point where I couldn't or shouldn't, be able to be in my child's life or make a decision or say, hey, I don't want you to do this for her or vice versa, But anyway, I've been dealing with that since 2011 is when I got out the military, and it's just been year after year. I've went to jail. This is the first year, if I make it through this to the end of this so-called year, that I haven't been locked up. But since I've been at the military, I believe I went to jail almost every year, for some shit that I didn't do, or maybe a little chastisement from the Lord. And I just wanted to give a quick testimony, about it. So this incident happened the day after Thanksgiving. Like I said, I don't see my child often, and we finally, I think this last year, I believe. This is the only time I've seen her the whole year. Last year was for this quote unquote Thanksgiving heli day, But she was down here, and on the day of Thanksgiving, I didn't eat any of that shit last year at their Thanksgiving, but I was there, and the only reason that I was at the house with my parents and the rest of my family was because of my child was here. Of course, I'm going to spend time with my child, so I showed up to the party, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't eat. Well, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I ate after, the day was over with. But during the time where they were giving thanks and having and stuff in their fucking faces, I fasted, bro. That was the least I could do. But I did have some of that food. I'm not gonna lie. After the party was over, I got me a little plate of some shit. But like I say, I was there because of my daughter. Now, what had happened was I'm going to do for my child. I don't participate in these heli days anymore, but there's a certain way, using wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you can go about these things. And I've already kind of started talking to my child about the BS, which are these holidays and things of that nature. But this was last year, and keep in mind, I've been in the truth for this will be my at the end of this year, probably 2 years. But anyway, man, I told my child to make a list of what she wanted for the heli days, man. You know, not saying that I participate in anything, but I don't mind getting my child, gifts, and I'll give it to her any day, not even on no fucking December 25th and all that. I just to do for my child because I don't see her, and I just wanted to see what she was on and what she was gonna ask for, So I asked her to make me a list because we already talked about the fakeness of this Santa Claus and shit, so she knows that. But when she was done making that list, this is all through the spirit, by the way, my discernment. Keep in mind, I told you I've went through hell with the pridefulness of my parents and such, and I did a video about their judgment for all this BS. But after my daughter was done making her list, this is what kind of sent me through the roof spiritually. What she said to me was, when I said, hand me the list, she was like, why? My daughter's 9 now, so she was 8 last year, but why? I'm gonna go give it to Granny, my mother, because they're gonna be the ones that get it for me anyway. And of course, as a man, as a father, that's like some of the worst thing you can hear from your child, basically saying that, what she sees, okay, is just her granny and her papa always doing for her financially. This is what I've been trying to tell their ignorant, prideful asses, like to fall back, but I mean, we can get very, very deep into this story, man. I'm on felony probation, man, through the power of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, man. So, like I say, she lives in Tennessee. I can't really get up there like that. And but my parents, like I say, I couldn't tell you even to this day where my child goes to school, and it's not from lack of me asking and desiring, this type of information. It's just like I say, my baby mama and my parents, they talk to each other and make all these decisions without me. That's what's been going on, these last 9 years, and that's what I've been trying to tell her and my parents. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, but my parents have been up there to their school, to my child's school, on the first day with cupcakes for the whole fucking school. Keep in mind, I just said I don't even know where my child goes to school, not a teacher's name, okay, and shit like that. Now you see where I'm going with this, bro. All right, so what I did, because I've already went through these situations, man, and every time in all truth that I've brought up issues with my child and my parents, they end up kicking me out the house. There's not been one time where I've, in the name of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, been disrespectful to my parents, but that is, the excuse that they'll say when, you're speaking truth, man. That pride, pricks their spirit, and all they can do in the spirit, that Jezebel spirit, gets on my mom first, and then my dad with his weak ass, because he loves my mom more than he loves the Lord. I can go ahead and vouch for that right now. He's gonna follow her and do whatever. I'm his only son, my only child, bro. My daddy's only son, bro. And this is how I know, and I pray that I'm hopefully led with his chastisement. I bring out some scripts too, but I went and I took that little list that my daughter made, and I went and gave it to my mom, and I told her what my child said in a very, very calm manner. I was like, look, Darian, this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. Woo, woo, woo. This is what she sees, that it's just y'all that do this. And she, through the spirit, and I was able to discern that the Lord put that spirit on my child to say that for what's about to take place. And like I say, I discerned in that moment when I was saying that it pricked my mother's spirit, because like I said, she's prideful. Now she has proof. The Lord is showing her proof that her grandchild sees these things, but she's not gonna admit, that they're doing too much and they fucking booted me out. But she's gonna do, all right. And like I say, after that, I could tell that it pricked her spirit through with my discernment already. You could tell she's moving funny. She's uneasy with that truth. And after that, my daddy was outside washing his truck, man. Keep in mind, I've already tried to prophesy time and time again, and we've went through it, okay, but keep in mind, I'm on felony probation, man, for some big boy shit, already went through hell with the whole Iraq thing back and forth, already, kind of still out my mind, if you will. So they should know, what their child has been through. So check this out. I go outside to tell my daddy the same thing. Now, this my father, we men, so I'm speaking like men, and I'm not getting upset or anything. I'm just talking, And guess what? Here comes my mother. All right, so my mother comes outside because she already knew that I was going to go talk to my dad about it. All right, now, like I say, she's trying to, the spirit that's on her, okay, that Jezebel spirit has hopped on my mother. And what's happening is she's trying to cover her own ass by coming out there and breaking up what the men are talking about. She does this every time the spirit gets on my mother, every time. All right, and like I say, she's basically trying to defend what she knows that they've been doing wrong all these years, man. So long story short, an argument started, to ensue, if you will. We started getting loud. I started getting loud, and in all truth, all right, my mother, has a pretty nice home or whatever. That's their claim to fame. They think they're rich or whatever. But through the spirit that the Lord put on me, she has a house full of graven images, some things that are supposed to look like angels. And bro, I've been breaking and taking them things out of my mother's house since I knew that it wasn't supposed to be in there for her own good, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a spirit that the Lord put on me. And like I say, she had these statues that was supposed to be angels. They look like little women or whatever. Some of them look like little demons, if you ask me. But like months and months prior to this incident, bro, she had one of them outside. I broke it, and I got rid of it. So this proves that this is just from the Lord. So during the midst of this argument, bro, I lost it. The Lord put the spirit on me, and I ran in the backyard. They had another statue, and I broke it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, I smashed it into pieces, bro. After they like went and showed their ass, bro, I ran back there like filled with the spirit, bro, and I broke that shit into pieces, bro. And after I broke it, I left, bro. I said, I said some things, and I left, and I went back to my little old apartment, bro. I get a couple minutes later, maybe an hour or so, I get a fucking phone call. It's the police. They tell me, yeah, I'm coming to get you. You don't answer the door. I'm gonna put a warrant out. Your parents want to press charges on you. When I tell you, my heart almost like dropped. I almost had a heart attack when I heard it. Like, it's just the way he said it through the spirit. Like, I couldn't believe, like, being that specifically, dog. I'm on felony probation, bro. This shit ain't nothing. But like I say, they so prideful. They like to get rid of me. Every time I'm prophesying, they got to get rid of me. Like I say, I've been in their synagogue, their church, trying to prophesy. They got rid of me. I left, out there in a fetal position. They left me out there. Like, this is nothing new. So, they decided they was gonna press charges on me. Keep in mind, my daughter's here, bro. She's at my parents' house. I haven't seen her but once the whole year. Okay, I've been going through it, and my daughter has to see me leave in a midst of chaos, And yeah, I ended up getting locked up the day after quote unquote Thanksgiving, and shit was great in the name of YAHAWASHI, because I did that which was right. You understand me? I'm saying the Lord put the spirit on me to do that. I'm in the truth. I'm prophesying. I'm speaking truth, and they're lying, full of shit, and prideful. So, all right, like I say, man, the Lord is the one. I got another, testimony about when I was locked up in Atlanta, but this time, okay, things were a little different, man. The Lord, I had the spirit on me. I told the cop, okay, cool. I gave him my address. Well, he already knew my address, but he, eventually he came, and I left about the apartment. He put the cuffs on me, and I knew I was just in the spirit, because if y'all don't know, police cars got cameras in the back. I'm in that bitch making faces all in the camera, the water, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and when I get there, here's the kicker, bro. Once again, I've already made a video about how it is in jail, man. These days, there's nowhere to sleep, bro. So once again, long story short, I'm having to sleep on the floor. Now, what I saw when I was on the floor, and the only reason I saw this is because I had to sleep on the floor. All right, go back and check my other video, bro, about how I came into the truth, man. It's the same type of situation, bro, that I only could have seen, in this environment. But Yeah, bro, it's 144,000 that was written on the floor. 100, the whole number 144,000. You know what I'm saying? I seen it, and the only reason I seen, somebody, probably through the spirit, the Lord put one of the brothers that was in there, to write that on the wall. Like I say, the rest of the cell I was in, it just had a lot of pretty decent graffiti, man. It was like some artist, he in permanent marker, he had all type of dope like pictures and stuff like cartoon characters. It was pretty dope. But like I said, just on the bottom where I was sleeping on the floor on that little thin ass mat, bro, I seen 144,000. As well, I was only in there for the weekend, and we're gonna get to the scriptures and what happened. But also, man, like I say, being that this was from the Lord, chastisement from the Lord, just showing me that, hey, your own, like he said, man, I had did another lesson about hating my parents through the spirit, and why I hate my parents through the spirit. And I love the Lord more than I love, my child, friends, family, and such. But, it was like a party. It was the best time that I've ever had, as far as being locked up. Now through the spirit I was down, and we're gonna get to how I was having to pray without ceasing, to get the fuck out of there, and how I was just so hurt. But and why I don't fuck with the rest of my family to this day because of this shit. But man, it was this dude. He just turned 18. It was his 18th birthday. When I got up in there, I just had missed a dude getting his nose knocked off, bro. Like, it was. They told me, like, right before I had came, it was a little dude. He was 17 at the time. Had knocked the shit out of this Edomite, and he had to, get up out of there. He like fucked his nose up. He's bleeding everywhere, and like I say, man, when I got in there, first and foremost, like, if y'all been in jail, y'all know what it is, especially amongst Jake, man. You got the gangs and all this, and the environment be kind of, on edge. But this time it was just a cool environment, you know what I'm saying? Everyone was like clowning me. I told them what happened. Everyone was clowning me about like breaking that statue and shit. They're a bunch of mama's boys, and they sure as hell aren't in the spirit. So all they knew was just, oh, I had broke my mama's shit, and they was kind of firing me up about that. Boy, don't break your mama's shit. All this, they had no understanding of what was really going on. But it was cool. But the kicker was, it was this dude, bro. And like I said, it was a party. The dude on this, he turned 18 up in there, man. And I'm saying, this little dude danced his ass off all on the table, flipping and shit. It was like a party. The guards, they come in there a little toasted, sometimes off of some alcohol, you can tell. But it was just a good time, bro. The guards were drunk. They let them. That even the guards was dancing, bro. I ain't never seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? The guards was dancing, bro. We stepped down here in Columbus, GA, man. So, is this little dude, bro? For his birthday, he was stepping the whole time. Cool. And like I say, that's how that went. But to bring out some scriptures, man, let's go to Romans. And we'll bring out some scriptures to back all this stuff up. Romans 5, and we'll start at verse 3. And no, not only, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. All right. So going back to, that tribulation, and that chastisement that I, was glorying in, like saying specifically when I was making faces and thanking YAHAWASHI through the spirit. He put the spirit on me to like be okay with that, because I was really, really in my feelings about it, man. And patience, experience hope, and hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of Yahweh is shared abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. All right. So yeah, like I say, being that Jacob's trouble is right at the door of that, this is good experience for the men of the Lord to go through these false accusations, this unnecessary punishment, and, unrighteous judgment. It strengthens our faith at the end of the day, straight up, just experiencing the chastisement, because I hate to admit it myself, being man, okay, being the creation called man, we don't like to go through shit. But as we've come to find out, being honest, it is these tribulations and the chastisement which, reproves us, man, and makes us, into that fine gold, man. So Let's go to Acts 12, and we'll start at verse 5. Check it out. Peter, therefore, was kept in prison. All right. So, one of the apostles is now thrown in prison. All right. But prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto YAHAWAH for him. All right. And then we'll go down to verse 7. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. Bet. So when I was in there laying on that mat, bro, like I said, I was only in there for the weekend, bro. And I'm telling you, this is like more discernment, bro. I'm calling my auntie, and I'm trying to like basically get out of here, bro. And it was bad, bro. It was bad. They wouldn't answer the motherfucking phone. All right. Excuse my language, but I'm kind of getting pissed reliving this. But like I said, man, I'm calling, my relatives and things like that, calling my father, I'm trying to email him on the little thing, get in contact with him. It was bad, bro. And like I say, they pretty much didn't fuck with me. So what I had to do and what the Lord wanted me to do is pray without ceasing. And when I tell you, this is probably the most that I've ever prayed in my life, like continuously. I'm talking about on my mat. And I really don't. I mean, I'll go out there and watch TV sometime, but for the most part, bro, I just like to be in my cell when I'm locked up, bro. You hear I say when I'm locked up, because I got a little experience, man. But I just mind my business and I ride it out, bro. I don't like to be around them 2/3 niggas, bro. They ignorant as hell, so I don't really be out there like that. I mean, they be playing their cards and shit, and that was cool, but man, I just get on my mat and I'm just praying in my head, you know what I'm saying? And when ain't nobody up in the cell, I pray, out loud to the Lord, basically to get me the hell out of here. And I'm talking about fervent prayer, bro, like without ceasing, like almost the whole day in my head, bro. All that time I was saying, I'm just praying, Lord, in the name of YAHAWASHI, speaking in the name of YAHAWASHI, to get me out of here. Please, 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 please get me out of here. Please get me out of here, Lord. Just basically begging and pleading with the Lord. Because like I say, at that point, they had turned their back on me for some bullshit, bro. They wasn't even answering the phone. I'm still don't fuck with my auntie tried to come over my beautiful new house that the Lord blessed me with after all this shit. And like I say, I ain't not let her up in this bitch. Got me fucked up. For real. I'm getting upset. I'm so like, yeah, man, but motherfucker, you didn't answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? When I was put in jail for some bullshit, first and foremost, think you finna come over here in my beautiful home. No. But like I say, man, when Peter was in prison, prayer was sent up, and like I say, the angel delivered him, man, through the power, of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, man. The same thing happened with me, man. I ended up getting out, and another point, that let's go. Let's just bring it out. John, just a second. John 14:15. You already know. If you love me, keep my commandments. Yeah, so concerning being locked up, the food is garbage. They sell a lot, they serve pork in there. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I didn't know how long I was gonna have to be in there, but I'm telling you, bro, I gave away my pork products, man. I was willing to go hungry. Like I said, I ain't had no money on my books to get, commissary or anything like that. But I did not eat, you know, pork, even though I was hungry as hell, bro. And it just shows you, man, that's how much the Lord put his spirit on me. Of course, first and foremost, not to boast, but I do love the Lord. And if I do love the Lord, even in this situation where it would seem like it would behoove you to eat to keep your energy up in this raggedy motherfucker, because you never know what might pop off in this raggedy motherfucker with these 2/3. Okay. I didn't eat that shit, bro. I always gave it away, man. The big boy sitting across from me, man. And my little cell, my big cellmate. But it just goes to show you, man, I'm sure that pleased the Lord, and eventually, he put the spirit on my dad, to bail me out. Now, here's how I know that they was full of shit. My daddy didn't even pick me up, bro. This nigga dropped my car off at the jail. Cause you know why? Cause you know I was gonna fire him up. He didn't wanna see me, being going back to after he calmed down. And like I say, he gonna listen to my mom and he know better cause he's a man. And I'm his only child. He knew he had did wrong and he didn't wanna fucking look at me in my eye. So that's this nigga. All right, I'm thinking, I'm finna see my pop. He didn't came and got me. Hell no, nigga done dropped my motherfucking car off, bro. You know what I'm saying? What type of goofy shit is that, bro? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I just bring out one more or two little precepts, man. Let's go Hebrews 12, and we'll start at verse 5. And you have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. All right. If ye endure chastening, Yahawah dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Bingo. So there it is. That should prove to me, and anybody hearing this little testimony / lesson, if the Lord loves you, if you are, of the hopeful elect, then, the Lord is going to, first and foremost, he's going to, rebuke you if you're going to hell off, man, doing things that you're not supposed to. But like I say, there's, it's gonna come some times, man, where the Lord's gonna test that faith, man, and test that love, man, and just chastise you. Just like I say, if he sent his only begotten son, all right, to be annihilated, if you will, I mean, how much more, his other, sons in these last days, man. And that's exactly what happened, man. We're the sons of the Most High. He's gonna, test us, chastise us, and rebuke us, man, for our own good, man, so we can be like that fine gold in these last days. And I must say, I learned a lot from the whole experience, man. Strengthen my faith. Once again, I see how the Lord will protect, you in those, situations. And once again, but you got to be in them situations to see the Lord deliver you from them things, bro. If you never get in trouble, or never go through anything, how can you, experience that power of YAHAWAH, Bahashem Shah, YAHAWASHI? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's about it, bro. I mean, I was kind of here and there all over the place, but I hope and pray that the point was made, man. The Lord, the Lord loves his men, starting with the men as well as the women, but specifically the men, bro. We're gonna go through these things, but if you keep the faith, the Lord will deliver you out of, each and every one of them situations. Like I say, I got a video about their judgment, some of the things that's been happening, and where I'm not in my little apartment anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually down the street from them in their nice house, in my own little nice house, if you will. In the name of Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi, after, so I'm saying about everything that I go through, me personally with my own walk. Of course, a part of the brotherhood and part of this whole family, we go through these things. But for me, I always ask for precursors of the kingdom, man. And I'm telling you, I live in a very, very nice home, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, and how I got this home, bro, was through much tribulation, through fasting. Like I said, I got it in my little money after I went on a 7-day fast, on top of all these trips to jail and all these false accusations that I went through, man, through much tribulation. Lord had blessed me with this season of rest from all that shit. I pray I don't, I make it this whole year without going. It'll be, something to be very, very, thankful of if I make it this whole year without going to jail, man. But I just wanted, like I say, motivate you brothers and sisters, to hey, man, prayer works, fasting works, but what I'm saying, sometimes the Lord just gonna bring us that heat, man, and respond accordingly. All right, fear the Lord at the end of the day, man. Love the Lord with all your heart, man. The end is nigh. And with that, once again, call hello, Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawashi, the water, Kodash, Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawashi. You are worthy of our prayers, and with that, Shalom.